Live from the WACH Fox Studios, this is Good Day Columbia, starting your day the local way, right now.
Good Friday morning, everyone. I'm Freddie Clairville. Thank you so much for joining us for a special edition of Good Day Columbia. We're in your town. We're in Batesburg-Leesville, also known as BNL by some folks living here. Shout out to Jeff from the fire department who told me that just a few seconds ago. Folks, we are learning so much here from Batesburg, historical backdrop of the town. And of course, we're also talking the South Carolina Poultry Fest. The whole entire team is here. Tyler Ryan is going to show us in a few moments some really good cooking, some good barbecue, we can tell you that. Destiny is giving us a wrap-up and looking around the town. Courtney has your sports, and hashtag watch this guy, Joe Pollock, is talking all things social media. So, folks, of course, stay tuned with us, but we have to get to your headlines, and our Britt Conway is back at home in the studio holding it down there, as well as our Lauren Oleski with your forecast. Lauren, hey, Britt and Lauren, good morning to you all.
How you doing, Freddie? I have to say, we are really jealous that Joe just got to play with a monkey.
If you could bring that monkey back here.
Right, bring him back to studio. He's gonna sit in.
We would be okay with that.
But like you said, Freddie, you guys have an awesome show, but we do want to make sure everyone's up to date with all the local headlines and the local weather. So, Lauren, the question is, we do have this, it's not a tropical storm, it's a subtropical storm.
It's a subtropical storm.
Okay.
Basically, it's kind of the same thing. It still spins, it's still windy, it still gets rain, but where it derives its energy from and kind of some of the makeup of the storm is a little different than what a typical tropical storm is, which is what we get during hurricane season.
Okay, so what's it mean for us, though?
Minimal impacts in the Midlands, which is nice. The coast, Charleston, Myrtle Beach, they'll see more of the rain, more of the stronger winds. We could get a passing shower, but I'm not expecting, a crazy washout from the system because it's going to stay closer to the coast.
Okay, let's take a look at it.
So good morning, everyone. So as you're waking up, you're going to head out to a mostly clear sky, a couple clouds a little bit further out to the east. Seeing that orange line that right there off the coast, along with some orange boxes. Tropical storm warnings and tropical storm watches. Let's take a look at the temperatures, though, so I can get you out the door quickly. We're in the low to mid 60s. It's 59 in Newberry and Aiken, though, but everywhere else, 6 is your first number. 63 in Lexington right now. Columbia's at 64. 64 in Orangeburg as well. Manning at 61. Same with Camden. You'll see a few clouds throughout parts of the day today. Kind of a mix of clouds and sun there, closer to 70 by 9. We will talk more about Anna and the potential impacts we could see here coming up in my next update.
Thanks, Lauren. Well, time now for a look at your morning headlines. And this morning, deputies in Aiken County are looking for 2 people they say are armed and dangerous. And they think these 2 people beat an 81-year-old man to death. Take a look. This is 33-year-old Donald Hurdicant and 33-year-old Sandra Marie Evans. Well, apparently, deputies say they knew Claude Ward, the 81-year-old man who was found dead in his home in Aiken on Wednesday. Well, these 2 are now facing murder and burglary charges. They could be driving in a 2013 Toyota Tundra. Call Crime Stoppers at 1-888-CRIME-SC if you know where they are. Well, right now we're waiting to hear more about a standoff happening on Farmview Street. It all started last night. Now, someone apparently called Columbia police to check on a family member around 5 o'clock, and when police got there, they say the man had barricaded himself inside the house and was threatening to hurt himself. Now, crisis negotiation teams and the SWAT team was called out. As soon as we have any more information for you, we'll let you know. Well, a teenager in Orangeburg County is in some serious trouble right now after making multiple threats against Lake Marion High School. Investigators say 17-year-old Terrell Whaley, who you see right here in court, this was his bond hearing, has made 5 threats since last month. And during one of those calls, deputies say he told the person on the line that he hated Lake Marion High School and was going to blow it up.
They need to know that this is something that we take seriously. And we, with the manpower that we have to put out there doing the actual bomb threat, we're going to put double the manpower out there to catch whoever's doing it. And right now we have the technology to run them down. So we're going to get you.
Whaley has been charged with making bomb threats and conveying false information about bomb threats. He could face up to 10 years in prison, and deputies say there are more possible arrests here. Well, this morning we're learning more about another officer-involved shooting in South Carolina. This is the 17th this year. Now, this one happened yesterday during a home invasion in Charleston. The guy who owns the house is the one who got shot. SLED is investigating right now, but here's what we know so far. We're told 2 men walked into a house in Charleston while the man who lives there was in the laundry room. Well, that's when a neighbor called 911. And when officers got there, they found the homeowner holding a gun. Apparently, he grabbed it to start shooting at the intruders. Those guys ended up getting away on bikes, but deputies say when they ordered the homeowner to drop his gun, he didn't. That's when they say they shot him, hitting him in the neck. Still no word, though, on how he's doing right now. 2 teenagers in Newberry County are still missing right now. They've been gone for more than a week. Now take a look. 15-year-old Jonathan Dennis, and in a moment you'll see a picture of 16-year-old Alicia Skipper. Apparently they ran away from home, but investigators are scared that they might be in danger right now. Well, last night the community hosted a prayer vigil for those teens. Now, as you can see, there were green balloons. You'll see some people dressed in green. Green is the color to represent runaway children. At one point, they also released green balloons, a symbol of the positive thoughts they're sending to these 2 kids.
Come home or just text us and let us know you're okay, because the sleepless nights of not knowing if you have food or clothing is just unbearable.
I just want them to come home. I want them to know that our arms are wide open. No matter what choices they've made to this point, our arms are wide open to them, and we are praying for them diligently.
But we're working with all different law enforcement agencies to get the word out, and hopefully somebody will see something and come forward.
Police are actively looking for these 2 right now, so if you know anything that can help out, call the Newberry County Sheriff's Office or the Newberry Police Department. The teens were driving a white 2006 Hummer H3 the last time anybody saw them. More information can be found on our website, WACH.com. Well, now to another missing persons case, this time in Calhoun County. And right now, SLED has joined that investigation. 41-year-old Paulette Scott hasn't been seen since March 26th, and none of her family members have heard from her since then either. Now, before she disappeared, she apparently told her family she needed to clear her head. If you know where she is or anything that can help find her, call Crime Stoppers at 1-888-CRIME-SC. In your State House Watch this morning, SC State is finally going to get a new board of trustees. Of course, this is a decision, though, that's been in the works for quite some time. The House and Senate approved the measure that was passed on Wednesday to sack the current board and replace it with a temporary one, a fix-it board of sorts that can dig that school out of its financial crisis. Now, 4 members of the current board have already resigned on their own terms, but the rest of them are only one step away from being replaced.
What it means is that South Carolina State can turn the page and move forward toward righting the ship and getting about the business of educating young people in this state.
Well, Governor Haley is expected to sign that measure into law, and once she does, the new board members need to be elected within 7 days. Well, the state's $7 billion budget has just gotten the thumbs up. After days of debate, it finally came with a 42-3 vote. And the deal includes $800 bonuses for state workers. $4 million would be sent to counties for 2014 ice storm damage, and all the remaining money would go to pay for our roads. Now, exactly how much extra money will go into the budget depends on what the Board of Economic Advisors finds when they meet again, and that's set for May 21st.
Live from the Skywatch Weather Center is Lauren Oleski with your weather forecast.
Good morning, everyone. We actually don't have too bad looking of a start right now. We've got a mostly clear sky out there. Some clouds and some rain further off to the east along the coast, along with some tropical storm warnings and some watches right now. Let's take a look at those. This is what we're seeing from subtropical storm Anna. We've got that tropical storm warning for the coastal waters of South Carolina. That tropical storm watch extending for those inland or the coastal counties all the way up to the Outer Banks of North Carolina, and then that light pink you're seeing on the Outer Banks of North Carolina and further down to our south here in our state are small craft advisories. All of these are because of Anna and the movement that we'll be seeing over the next few days, although right now there's not very much of it. Moving at 1 mile per hour, and you can see that most of the moisture along this system is on the west right now, and it's going to kind of continue to move in that northwest direction over the next few days. So today we could see a brief passing shower. I'm not really expecting a whole lot in terms of the impacts, at least not today. Tomorrow we have the better chance to see some more clouds and some more rain later in the afternoon because the storm will likely move a little bit closer to the coast, and then it will likely not make landfall until around Sunday. So it will still bring us a chance of a shower or two for your Sunday afternoon. So today, mix of clouds and sun. A scattered shower is possible. It will be breezy though. Sunrise is at 6:28 this morning.
Thanks, Lauren. Well, coming up on Good Day Columbia, we're headed back to Batesburg-Leesville, and it's a Food Friday this morning. Tyler's talking barbecue.
You know, we cannot be in Batesburg-Leesville without coming to Sheila's Barbecue on this Food Friday. Are you kidding me? We're going to talk about how they do their butts and their chicken and the amazing, yummy food here at Sheila's. And also, I've been challenged to see if I can slug this down like an old moonshiner. We'll find out today on a Food Friday. Stay with us. We're live and local at Sheila's Barbecue. Music to my ears, Food Friday, as we continue our very special In Your Town live broadcast in Batesburg-Leesville. And you cannot have a Food Friday in Batesburg-Leesville without heading to Sheila's Barbecue. Super yummy. How many things are on that buffet out there? TK Kaminer, like a million?
Close.
Pretty
Not
close.
quite a million.
I'll call it a million today. Of course, our Food Friday segment is brought to you by U.S. Food Chef Store. I'm ready to cook, although I don't see anything to cook.
All right, I need you to step in the cooler and grab me 2 pans. We're going to do some chicken and
chicken,
some ribs.
Chicken and ribs. It's going to be cold in here, guys. Come on in here. Woo! Look at this. Woo! It is chilly. This is it. This is the heartbeat. The middle where it all happens. Let me grab these 2 things. Good gracious. All right. All right, TK, I think we got the right stuff, right?
Yes.
Got some ribs right there and some chicken. All right, good enough. I'm ready to go.
I need you to glove up for me.
All right, glove up. All right, hang on. Hello, doctor. You know it's going to be a good time when you hear that sound. All right. Okay, good enough. Now I'm ready to go. All right, let's cook.
All right, what we're going to do. Oh,
Yep.
I need you to put your little net on here.
We got to net it up, too.
Be on the stage.
All right, that's right. You do everything right here. Okay. Oh, this is... I feel like a lunch lady back in school, for
There
real.
you go.
That's good.
All right.
All right, here we go.
We got some ribs in.
Okay.
What we do, we usually prep the ribs by rinsing them off, make sure there's no little bone fragments and stuff like that.
Okay, now where do you get these ribs?
These ribs come from U.S. Foods.
Okay. This is good. So when you prep them, so if I'm going to do this at home and get a rack of ribs, you want to rinse them down. What does rinsing them down do? It gets the bones away and
It's
stuff?
like little bone fragments.
Okay.
You want to make sure all that's off for the customer.
Sure, okay.
And what we do 20 cases at a time.
Listen to that.
And what we'll do, we prep these tables out,
Right.
lay them in a row.
Okay.
And we do our dry rub ribs first.
Dry rub. All right, so how do you dry rub a rack of ribs here?
All right, we use a blend of spices that we mix up ourselves.
Okay, can you tell me what's in it?
You got a little bit of spice and cayenne pepper and
Al's over there going, no.
coarse ground. And
Okay.
that's,
All
not
right.
the big a detail I go into.
Sure enough.
You go in here and you grab your little, you kind of coat it a little bit.
Right, okay. This is something you can do at home if you're going to do that with a family and you bring the kids in and be a little messy. All right, so I'm going to coat them. All right, and then really just rub them in?
You just kind of work it in.
All right. How many racks of ribs do you go through like in a day here at Sheila's or in a week?
380, close to 400, a little over 400.
Good golly. All right, that's racked in. We got about 30 seconds left here, so okay.
All right. Now we're going to do chicken.
All right. We do the same thing. We'll get back to the chicken in a couple of minutes, actually, because there's a lot to do there. So we're going to continue on here at Sheila's Barbecue. This is rubbed in. This is good stuff. Listen. Oh, this is going out. You might be eating this today when you come to Sheila's in Batesburg-Leesville. Guys, we are live and local in your town at Sheila's Barbecue. This is awesome. You love this? I'm telling you, I'm going to wear this on my date tonight. Stay with us. We're coming back. TK Kaminer at Sheila's Barbecue.
Welcome back to Good Day Columbia, everyone, for our special edition of In Your Town here in Batesburg-Leesville, as some folks call it, BNL. See, I learned that just a few seconds ago, so I feel like I know everything now. But, okay, so throughout the morning, we've been talking about the historical backdrop. We've been talking about the South Carolina Poultry Festival. And what better person to talk to us about the town than the town's president? Well, you know, the mayor. Rita Krabs is here. Good morning, Ms.
Good morning.
Rita.
How are you?
I'm really doing good. Thank you so much for coming by. Really quick, I know we touched upon it in the last show, but Batesburg-Leesville, is that a marriage, the name?
It has been a grand marriage between two towns. 1992 was a public referendum that was voted overwhelmingly to join these two small burgs to make one better municipality.
And look at it now, you all are 5,000 plus strong.
We are growing, and we are expected to grow mightily in the very near future.
As the mayor, you know, you're putting together a massive festival. 100,000 people are expected to come through. What does that do to you as the town's leader?
You know, I'm just another face in the crowd when it comes to the Poultry Festival. I served with the steering committee for 8 years, so I know the groundwork that they're doing. And as soon as this festival ends tomorrow night at 11 o'clock, At midnight, they start planning for next year. This is not something you can throw together in just a couple of months. You kind of take a breath for a minute, and then you gather your resources and start planning again. So this is a very large undertaking for just a very small handful of very dedicated volunteers.
And speaking about undertaking, you as the town's leader, the mayor here, talk about projects that you all have coming up to bring more attention to Batesburg-Leesville.
Listen, I could take a whole show to talk about the projects, but very quickly, we are in a collaboration with Lexington County for an industrial park that's just on the outskirts of town. We've got 150 acres. We are going to break ground at almost any day now.
Industrial park, okay.
With construction of the industrial park. This is the first time Lexington County will have an industrial park inside the corporate city limits of a municipality. So we're sort of writing the book as we go in this partnership. Okay. We're very excited. I think there's some prospects already in line. So it means more jobs, new jobs for Batesburg-Leesville.
And maybe it's a lot, especially when it's a small town.
It does, and we're putting in infrastructure, and county's doing some of the infrastructure work too. So it's a good 50-50 blend of effort between us and the county.
Wow.
We have a new store. Roses is coming to town to occupy a 30,000 square foot building that's been vacant for some years. I have a new automobile dealership that's going to break ground this summer. We've got a lot of things. We're like popcorn ready to pop.
Miss Rita, thank you so much for being here. A lot of things happening here at Batesburg-Leesville. And of course, I know you want to know what's the weather going to be like. Our Lauren Alesky will let you know. Hey, Lauren.
Live from the SkyWatch Weather Center is Lauren Alesky with your weather forecast.
Hi, Friendy. Good morning, everyone. So winds this morning coming in out of the northeast, between about up to, I really should say, 10 miles per hour now. It's going to be a little breezy at times today because of subtropical storm Anna, but it will be even windier further to the east out near Manning. Right now, your winds are sustained at 9 miles per hour. So let's look at what it's doing across the state. Well, obviously along the coast, that's where most of the effects from this system will be felt. 15 mile per hour, or 18, excuse me, right now, mile per hour wind speeds in Charleston, 15 in Myrtle Beach, 10 miles per hour currently in Florence. So again, it's the coastal parts of the state along with the northeastern side of the state. Out near Florence, that will be seeing most of the effects from subtropical storm Anna. Our first named storm of the season, it formed yesterday evening. Winds right now are sustained at 45 miles per hour. It's not moving a whole lot, only at 1 mile per hour this morning. This is as of the 5 o'clock update from the National Hurricane Center. We'll set this in motion, and you can see it's going to be very slow moving, likely not making landfall until early Sunday morning. So we're going to kind of have to deal with this for the next few days. By Monday, likely still even in the state, likely dissipating by that time, but we could still be seeing some effects from the system. So today, partly cloudy outside, maybe a passing shower. As it gets closer, or as Anna gets closer through the day tomorrow, better rain chances return to the region for us. Same thing on Sunday. Again, we'll see another chance of a scattered shower across the region. So the weekend, cool, low 80s, or really not cool, but seasonal, I should say. Chance of a couple showers. Yes, even on your Mother's Day. Not a washout or anything, but better rain chances, in fact, return next week as a cold front moves into the region. So out there in Batesburg-Leesville, you guys should be okay in terms of any weather from the system. So our Courtney King, I see you sitting down with Friendy.
All right, Lauren, thank you so much for that. And of course, we're learning so much about Batesburg-Leesville here this morning, having a great time. And Courtney, of course, a small town wouldn't be a small town without sports.
Exactly. Like we were talking about the Friday Night Lights theme in the 5 o'clock hour. And coming up in sports, we're going to talk with running back Terrence Wilson of Batesburg-Leesville and how growing up in a small town has shaped him as a person and as a player. So it's pretty interesting. Coming up next in sports.
Live from the WACH Fox studio, here is Courtney King with your sports update.
Welcome back to Good Day Columbia, everyone. We're broadcasting live in your town, Batesburg-Leesville. And if Steve Spurrier is watching, I hope he is, but if not, somebody call him and tell him to watch right now, because Courtney, you have some great information for him.
Right, Panther running back from Batesburg-Leesville High School, Terrence Wilson. Actually, Orf Dabo is watching too.
Right, Orf Dabo, yeah, you're right, that'd be fair.
Right. You know, there are the Clemson fans around here. He's actually kind of interested in both. He would love to stay in state. So we actually talked with Terrence Wilson about growing up in a small town and how it's shaped him as a player. Now his head coach, Perry Woolbright, also chips in. Now, Batesburg-Leesville has produced a few NFLers. Edward McDaniel played at Clemson before being drafted by the Minnesota Vikings in the 5th round, 125th overall. In 1992, he spent his entire 10-year career with Minnesota. Now, Zachary Bowman, currently a cornerback for the Miami Dolphins, was a Panther before moving to Alaska, then played at Nebraska. The Chicago Bears actually selected him in the 2008 NFL Draft. And Maurice Simpkins, he hails from the town as well. Currently is the defensive coordinator for the Atlanta Sharks of American Indoor Football. He went undrafted in 2005, spending time with the Rams and Green Bay Packers, also playing indoor football. Moving on, Gamecocks baseball travels to Texas A&M for 3 starting tonight. Now, this is actually the first time USC baseball visits College Station in school history, and the first time the Gamecocks will play a baseball game in the state of Texas. I know, strange fact. Now, this will be a tough matchup as the Aggies rank number 2 in the nation. Carolina does hold a series history lead, 4-0 though. Gamecocks softball, they fell number 2 to Florida last night in the SEC tournament, waiting to find out their fate in the NCAA tournament Sunday night. Now, Notre Dame quarterback Everett Golson announcing his transfer out of the program. Well, what does it have to do with us? Well, some experts believe the Myrtle Beach native could be headed to South Carolina for his final year of eligibility. However, Friendy, a bylaw in the SEC could be preventing him since it says that you cannot have basically been in trouble or had disciplinary action. Well, Golson was on an academic probation, so we'll see. Some people think Florida State for him with Jameis Winston leaving or with the draft. Gotcha. So we'll see what happens.
Absolutely. And folks, we want to apologize for that Wilson package. It was the wrong video. We're going to get that to you all a little bit later on this morning. And of course, we're here all morning long broadcasting live from Batesburg-Leesville, and Courtney getting an opportunity to talk to Wilson and, you know, giving us our sports facts, because of course we needed sports today.
You need sports every day, Friendy.
Absolutely. Yeah, definitely. All right, everyone, we'll be back after this. We'll have your headlines from downtown Columbia with Britt Conway, and also all the weather with Lauren Oleski. Stay with us.
You're watching Good Day Columbia. Start your day the local way with Britt Conway, Friendy Clairvaux, Tyler Ryan, and Lauren Oleski's Skywatch forecast. Live from the WACH Fox Studios, this is Good Day Columbia. Starting your day the local way right now.
Good Friday morning, everyone. I'm Friendy Clairvaux. Thank you so much for joining us for a special edition of In Your Town. We're in Batesburg-Leesville, folks. We've been broadcasting since 5 o'clock this morning, learning a lot about the town, learning a lot about the people, and also learning a lot about this weekend's South Carolina Poultry Festival. And there's so much fun and there's so much anticipation. You can see behind us around, there are several things already here on Main Street, and we are just so excited for what we have for the remainder of the show. Tyler Ryan, of course, is out showing us the great barbecue that this town has. Our Destiny Chance is keeping us up to date at what we can expect in the community. Our Courtney King giving us all the sports update. And Joe, folks, if you missed it, he was with a monkey before. Yeah, he really was. Stay with us to figure out what else to watch this guy has in store for you all. But of course, we have your headlines for you. Our Britt Conway is back in the studio as well with our Lauren Oleski. Lauren, what is the weather going to be like today?
He was with a monkey before.
He was, yeah. Actually, coming up at the end of this hour, you're going to want to see what the Watch This guy has in store for us. It's something else great. So we have a great show for you the entire morning, but we're also making sure that you're up to date on all your headlines every half hour. So I'll be keeping you up to date on the top stories of the day. And of course, as Friendy mentioned, they want to know how the weather's going to be because obviously they're out in the thick of it. Yeah. And there's talk of that subtropical storm right now. Not tropical, subtropical.
Subtropical. Different characteristics from a tropical storm, which is what we typically see during the hurricane season. Some characteristics and kind of the makeup of the storm are a little bit different, so it becomes subtropical. But let's take a look at the temperatures right now across the Midlands for you as you step outside. So a little bit more on the mild side than where we've been over the past few days. So a couple degrees warmer, but still comfortable. Not a bad start to get you going. 64 in Columbia right now. Lexington is at 63, 61 in Winsboro and in Camden. Same with Manning. 63 degrees in Sumter, Aiken at 59, 60 in Saluda, 59 up in Newberry right now. So we're going to continue to keep an eye, or I'm going to continue to keep an eye on the potential impacts that Anna could have for us here in the Midlands, and we'll talk about them coming up in my next update.
Thanks so much, Lauren. Well, this morning, deputies in Aiken County are looking for 2 people they say are armed and dangerous right now. They think these 2 beat an 81-year-old man to death. And take a look. This is 33-year-old Donald Hurricane Jr. And then you'll see a picture in a minute of 33-year-old Sandra Marie Evans. Now, apparently they knew the victim, Claude Ward. He was found dead in his home in Aiken on Wednesday. And now these two are facing murder and burglary charges. They could be driving a 2013 Toyota Tundra. Call Crime Stoppers if you know where they might be. And right now, we're still waiting to find more information about this standoff on Farmview Street that started at 5 o'clock last night. We're told somebody called Columbia Police to check on a family member. And when police got out there, they say the man had barricaded himself inside his house and was threatening to hurt himself. Now, a crisis negotiation team and the SWAT team were both called out. As soon as we have any more information, we'll let you know. In your national watch right now, in Baltimore, officials say the Department of Justice plans to launch an investigation into the police department there. The pattern or practice investigation would look to the methods used by the Baltimore PD. The investigation is being requested by the city's mayor, and an official announcement is expected later today. And this all, of course, comes after 6 officers were arrested for the death of 25-year-old Freddie Gray. Well, for the first time, New England Patriot quarterback Tom Brady has made his first public comments since the NFL released its Deflategate report. Now, of course, that report found that a locker room attendant and an equipment assistant were most likely responsible for improperly deflating those footballs before January's AFC Championship game against the Colts. Investigators concluded that Brady was likely aware of inappropriate activities going on between those two. The quarterback said he's still digesting the report, though, and isn't sure how he feels about it. But he did say the findings have nothing to do with the team's Super Bowl win. Take a listen.
We earned and achieved everything that we got this year as a team, and I'm very proud of that, and our fans should be too.
The agent has released a statement as well, calling the report a, quote, significant and terrible disappointment.
Live from the Skywatch Weather Center is Lauren Oleski with your weather forecast.
Good morning, everyone. We'll see some partly cloudy skies as you step out the door for the morning. Mild temperatures to get you going as well. A little bit warmer than where we've been over the past few days, but starting off with your first number as a 6 as opposed to starting off in the 50s. Let's take a look at what Anna's bringing to parts of the southeast. So we are starting off not too bad here in the Midlands. Tropical storm watches and warnings issued for the coast. We've also got some shower activity down there as well. So there's not really too much rain with this, but there's likely going to be more as it gets a little bit closer to the coastline. In terms of the watches and warnings that we are seeing with this system, a tropical storm warning issued for the coastal waters of South Carolina. That tropical storm watch, which means they're going to be seeing those conditions within the next 48 hours or so. Wind speeds of at least 39 miles per hour, which is the minimum for something to be considered a tropical or subtropical storm. Obviously, Anna has winds of 45 miles per hour right now. And then those small craft advisories that extend up to the Outer Banks of North Carolina. So maybe you're looking to do something this weekend. Well, don't go east. Don't go to the beaches. Go west, maybe out to Mountain Rest, South Carolina at the Chattooga River. Temperatures in the 80s, a mix of clouds and sun out there, maybe a passing shower, but not too bad. Today, a passing shower is possible at times, but better rain chances, in fact, return tomorrow as Anna gets a little bit closer to the coast. There you can see some scattered rain. Now, the eastern Midlands, this is tomorrow at 6, have better chances to see more shower activity, obviously, because you are closer to where that storm is. So, again, not too much in the way of rainfall inland. Most of it is expected along the coast, and this evening will stay cloudy. A couple showers are possible. Mid-60s overnight. Sunset is at 8:12. We're going to go send it back out to Tyler. He is making some delicious barbecue this morning.
You know that time-honored question, can you smell what The Rock is cooking? Today we're saying, can you smell what TK is cooking at Sheila's Barbecue? We're live and local in your town, Batesburg-Leesville. We're getting our barbecue on. Look at this. Come back and join us live and local at Sheila's. That's good. Guys, this Food Friday today is in Batesburg-Leesville. You want to guess where? I'll give you 2 seconds. 1, 2, Sheila's Barbecue in Batesburg-Leesville. How about that? Here for the best darn barbecue, at least this side of Lexington or maybe the world, right? Maybe. TK Kaminer, you used to know him probably as Larry the Cable Guy. Seriously, you look just like Larry the Cable Guy. Are you really Larry? That's what I wish I could get the benefits and the pay that he gets. And the jet ski he rides on that TV commercial. I'm doing investigative journalism right here, guys. How long have you worked here at Sheila's?
I've been here about a little over 30 years. I started when I was 16.
We just met one of the waitresses inside, been here 30 years. Is something that it's said, especially in the food service industry, when folks stick around this long, because food service by nature churns people. And when you've got guys in the kitchen, the back end, the front of the house, waitresses and wait staff, been here 10, 15, 20, 30 years, that says a lot for the company too.
We strive to do the best quality of food and stuff.
Right.
And I don't think you could alternate cooks and stuff and
Sure.
still have the same quality.
You wouldn't have the same thing. I mean, I'm glad they give you time for your movie schedule when you're shooting Larry the Cable Guy stuff. All right, TK Kaminer. So we're going to go ahead and prep some of the chicken, because chicken and ribs and all that stuff we're going to look at today. So what kind of chicken is this? If I'm going to go buy this at my local store, Publix or Walmart, what do I look for in a chicken?
This is about a 2 1/4 pound bird.
Okay.
And all we do is split it.
Okay, so this thing just split in half.
Yeah, it's just split in half.
Okay, so you do kind of like that. All right, I got you. All right, good enough. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and rub this down.
We're going to go ahead and lay this out on the table.
All right.
And
Hello, dear.
This here's a little different spice than we did our rub ribs.
Okay, you can't tell me what's in here either, can you?
No, I mean, I could, but I'd have to bash in the heater.
You have to go bash our 7 viewers too, that way. All right, go ahead.
Okay, take this right here.
Yep.
You just kind of flick it in there.
All right.
All right, now get in there and massage that.
All right, here you go, honey. Put it like I'm washing myself in the shower. Right? It's kind of underneath my arm and stuff.
There you go.
All right, just like that.
Get it in there coated good.
Now, is this your recipe, or is this like Mama Sheila's recipe from back in the day? Did you put this together?
Well, it was kind of conglomerate of Tommy's and Sarah's over the years.
Okay. All right, there we go.
And we like to do it the night before.
Okay. We'll let it soak in and sit in there.
Just let
Okay,
it sit
sure.
in
Fair enough. Fair enough.
But like I say, we'll do smoked chicken.
All right.
And a lot of caterings
Sure.
qualify they want the smoked chicken instead of the fried. Well, I know that's hard to believe, but
Now, let me ask you this. So you've got this on this 2 1/2 pound bird, essentially, right, in half. How long am I going to cook this for? Because cooking chicken to temperature is so important. So how long would I cook this for, just so I get an idea of time?
3.5 to 4 hours at 250 should.
And the slow cook is actually going to keep the juice in and just keep it really fresh and good.
Yes, and
that is awesome.
The way we do it, it bastes itself. And
Right. Beautiful. Guys, we're talking about the secrets to Sheila's chicken and barbecue and ribs. We're going to see what it feels like and tastes like when it comes out of the oven in a few minutes, guys. We're going to continue on in Batesburg-Leesville as Good Day Columbia is in your town. The whole team's down here having a good time today at Sheila's Barbecue, of course, the Poultry Festival happening this weekend in Batesburg-Leesville. Stay with us. We're coming back.
Welcome back to Good Day Columbia. A few moments ago there, Tyler there, of course, being Tyler with his food, having a great time.
Gotta love Tyler.
Absolutely. So now we're talking more food. We're talking about the South Carolina Poultry Festival, of course. And Destiny, you had a chance to come out to this town prior to this.
Yes, I came out here earlier this week, and I spoke with a very nice man named Michael Sheila. He's a real estate agent here, and he's been on the steering committee for 29 years for the Poultry Festival.
29.
Yeah, so he tells me that he says this year's theme is mud bogging. If you take a look at the video, you see what I shot behind the scenes during this week. Basically, trucks are covered with mud on them, and there's a long list of activities for this weekend. The video you see here was shot on Tuesday. Much of what you've seen this morning was set up. Now, if you see the transition, they load everything up starting on Sunday and it ends on Thursday, where the events then start. Now, there's a long list of activities for this weekend. For a full list, head on over to our website at WACH.com. Now, whether cooking at home or you're picking something up, I know Friendy loves Chick-fil-A.
Yes, I do. There's not one here.
There's not, but there's the chicken festival, the poultry festival.
Yeah, you're
so
right.
we don't really think about the things that go into it
Yes.
before we even get the chicken on our plate.
Right.
So we kind of got a behind-the-scenes video from the United States Poultry and Egg Association. Take a look at this video. Basically, this is what happens before it gets to your plate, just like in Batesburg or Leesville. The food production and safety is critical to maintaining the reputation of the U.S. poultry industry for consumer confidence and trust.
Oh, yeah.
So proper handling, interventions, sanitation, and more all lead to improved food safety for chicken and turkey products. After they remove the bird's organs and feathers, they cool it in almost freezing temperatures to stop the growth of bacteria.
Right.
They also test pathogens that meet or exceed the standards of the USDA. Now, if they don't meet the standards, they stop production until it is fully resolved. Also, each day, the entire operating shift is dedicated to sanitize areas that must also meet USDA standards.
Yeah, that's right, because you don't want to make anybody sick.
No.
Absolutely, right.
Yeah.
Some good stuff there.
Yeah.
Jesse, thank you so much for that. All right, folks, stay with us. There's more Good Day coming up right after this.
Live from the SkyWatch Weather Center is Lauren Oleski with your weather forecast.
Good morning, everyone. So we are starting off with a mostly clear sky in the Midlands right now. Some clouds and a couple showers along the coast, all due to subtropical storm Anna. Let's jump into your weather headlines for today. We've got our first named storm of the season. Yes, Anna is a subtropical storm, and it's not unusual to see formation during the month of May, even though hurricane season doesn't actually start until June 1st. It's off the coast of the Carolinas. Most of the impacts will stay to our east. Now, a shower is possible inland today, but anything that pops up will be very scattered and very light in nature. So let's take a look at Anna right now. This is as of the 5 o'clock advisory from this morning. Not moving a whole lot, only at 1 mile per hour right now. 45 mile per hour maximum sustained winds, though, within that system. You'll see that here on our future watch. It'll continue to move in that northwest direction, but ever so slowly. So today, a mix of clouds and sun, a passing shower is possible at times. Better rain chances, I think, are going to return tomorrow, though, as the storm gets a little bit closer to the coast, and then it'll actually, I think, make landfall early morning on Sunday, close to the South Carolina-North Carolina border. So today, going to stay warm, low 80s across the region. Passing shower is possible basically all weekend long. I'll continue to update you throughout the rest of the morning. We're going to go send it out to our Joe Pollock. He is going to be having #WatchThis. Joe, what do you got for us?
We are in Batesburg-Leesville for the South Carolina Poultry Festival. Courtney and I, we decided to take a ride to the top of the Ferris wheel this morning. The sun is coming up, and over here you can see, well, we can see the whole entire festival for the South Carolina Poultry Festival, and we are so excited to be here today. Listen, this town is just over 5,000 people, and they're expecting 100,000 people throughout the weekend. That's a pretty big deal.
Yeah, it's a huge deal, but I tweeted out a picture of this view, so go to the WACH Fox Twitter for some of these pictures. It looks really cool. You guys are definitely going to want to ride the Ferris wheel when you come out.
I tell you, when we got on here, this thing shakes a little bit, and Courtney was nervous. We'll be back in
Well, Joe, you and Courtney having a good time up there.
I tell you, as soon as we got on that Ferris wheel, we didn't realize it shook like this. It rotated, and so Courtney, she was a little scared, I will say. But we're having a lot of fun.
Right.
We're in Batesburg and Leesville for the South Carolina Poultry Festival with Watch Fox in your town. And Freddie, we were supposed to have a mechanical bull this morning for this segment.
I was waiting to see how you were going to ride this bull.
Unfortunately, some things happen, you know, so we were unable to have that. But there are still so many things that you can do when you come out this weekend. The festival is tonight. It opens at 5 and goes through the evening. And then all day long tomorrow. I mean, you can see the carnival rides. We were on top of the Ferris wheel. There's merry-go-rounds. There's all sorts of things. What do you like when you go?
What I like the most about these places, like the food. Like the elephant ears.
Yes.
I really like that. Hopefully there might be some here. I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Listen, there's something that I've always dreamed of doing, and it was holding a monkey.
Yeah, and you had a chance to do that.
I had a chance to do that, and we're going to do it again in 1 hour. 7:55, come back, because we're going to have Team Ghost Riders here with their monkey and their dog.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty cool. All right, folks, stay with us. There's more Good Day coming up from Batesburg-Leesville right after the break.